House Speaker Mike Johnson, LA, is determined to push forward the SAVE Act, a new bill requiring proof of citizenship for voter registration. This push comes as Congress races against a September 30th deadline to pass new funding legislation and avoid a partial government shutdown. Johnson, who enjoys support from the House Freedom Caucus and former President Donald Trump, plans to combine the SAVE Act with a 6-month government funding bill, hoping to strengthen election security and restore faith in the voting process. Johnson's plan immediately met resistance from various factions within his own party. Many Republicans, including hardline conservatives, oppose the SAVE Act being tied to the spending bill. They believe current spending levels are too high and worry about the impact of further extending government bloat without addressing the country's fiscal issues. For instance, Representative Thomas Massie from Kentucky voiced clear opposition, echoing calls from several others in the GOP. The SAVE Act caters to concerns about voter fraud and the integrity of U.S. elections, even though instances of non-citizens voting are almost non-existent, according to several reports. The act, which would need new voters to show documentation proving U.S. citizenship, aims to safeguard American voter eligibility. There are worries, however, that this law could unnecessarily complicate the voting process for certain demographics, including college students and people of color who might struggle with providing these documents. Former President Trump has urged Republicans to demand inclusion of the SAVE Act in any funding legislation or face a government shutdown. In a recent statement, Trump emphasized that the GOP must insist on absolute assurances on election security or stop government functioning altogether. The pressure from Trump adds another layer of complexity to the already fractured support within the Republican ranks. While Speaker Johnson insists on staying the course with the SAVE Act, combined with the funding bill, some Republicans fear this move is doomed to fail. They note that the Democratic-controlled Senate and President Biden are both firmly against the inclusion of the SAVE Act in funding discussions. Many within the GOP find it reckless to tie such legislation to crucial government funding, especially so near a presidential election. In a preview of what might ensue, Arizona's prior enactment of a similar law revealed several challenges. Non-white voters and college students, who often lean Democratic, faced greater difficulty meeting the new voting requirements. If such a law were enacted nationwide, it could subtly affect swing state results and heavily impact upcoming elections. Despite the rich debate within the GOP and the clear opposition from the Democrats, Johnson proceeds with his strategy. This determination is seen from his remarks and upcoming plans to hold a vote. As the September 30th deadline approaches, the possibility of a government shutdown looms large if consensus cannot be reached. With only a slim majority in the House and rising GOP defections, Johnson's SAVE Act stands at the center of a significant political gamble.